hope you had a great Christmas, and I hope you have a happy New Year. Today I want to do a meatball stew. I haven't cooked it in a while, but I thought I'd bring you along because we used to really love it. I really don't know why we haven't cooked it in a while, but here we go. Let's try it. I have a pound of, it's very lean ground meat. If I had some pork, I would use this, but I'm going to use some of this also. This is my favorite kind. I think I'm only going to use a pound and a half. Okay, let me wash my hands. I don't really have any measurements. I'm just going to start measuring for what I think is correct. I'm going to use kosher salt and pink salt, a little bit of salt, some black pepper, probably a lot, a tiny bit of Tony Chachere's, because I like that red pepper in there. A little bit of Louisiana hot sauce, just a couple of drops. And you know, my favorite ingredient for a meatball is Worcestershire sauce. It's my favorite. So I'm gonna put just a couple drops of this because it will take over the flavor if you put too much. And I have some fresh garlic for the gravy, but I'm gonna use just a little bit of this garlic for the meatballs because it's very finely minced. We like a lot of garlic. That's a lot. A little Dijon mustard. Like I said, it's gonna be lean, so I'm gonna make them small. Just about a teaspoon in your napkin. And I'm gonna put 1 egg. I'm gonna put a little bit of dried minced onions. And a little bit of onion powder, just plain onion powder. And what did I forget? Breadcrumbs. That's probably gonna be, I don't have that many in here, but I'm using Italian because that's just what I have. Probably about ½ cup. And a little bit of milk, like, let's see, how about, let me put my glasses on. 6 tablespoons of milk. So I'm gonna mix this up and roll it into meatballs, and then I'll show you the size and how we're gonna cook them. I've got my skillet. Hopefully they won't stick to this one. And I wanted to show you, I rolled them this size, and I got 19 meatballs out of a pound and a half. And I didn't weigh each one, I just eyeballed it. And I added like a tablespoon of more breadcrumbs. So when this gets hot, I'll bring you back. A little canola oil and a tiny bit of olive oil in my pan. I put canola oil because it takes hotter temperatures, and it's almost hot enough. So I'm just going to start putting them in, and I'm going to let them basically brown on the bottom before I try to flip them, and I'll have better luck with the sticking, I think. I'm just going to place them in this pan because I like this pan because there's more room. So I was trying to cook them all at one time. And I think they'll fit. And they smell good already. There we go. So I'm gonna let these brown on this side, and I pretty much have it on high. I probably might turn it down just a pinch. And I'll bring you back when I flip them over. Okay, I turned the fire down a little bit, but they brown. See how they're brown on this side? So they're easy to flip that way. And you just have to be careful not to tear them apart. And I don't really mind if they're not cooked completely, because I'm gonna put potatoes and carrots in here to cook with them after I store the gravy. But once these cook, I'm going to take it out and put them on this pan. So they're flipping nicely. And I'll drain off most of this fat too, by the way. Not the fat, it's not fat from the meat, it's just the oil that I put in the pan. So I just flip them like this, slowly. And my fire's on medium high. So once the other side turns brown, we'll go to the next step. Turn my fire down to medium. I'm going to pull these out. Actually, I'm going to turn it to low, because I'm going to have to drain some of this oil out of the pan. And they'll finish cooking in the gravy. See all the drippings from the meat? We'll try to save that part. And you have to put on an apron because this pops everywhere. And I already chopped up, a red onion, and a medium red onion and half of a yellow onion. I like to combine those two. Oh, don't start sticking on me now. You don't have to watch me pull all these out. So I'm going to drain a little bit of this oil, and then we'll show you the next step. Okay, I've drained almost all the oil out, and I'm going to add the onions in. Hopefully I didn't burn the drippings. They're a little bit like, they don't smell burnt, so we'll see how it comes out, but I think it'll be fine. So that's my onions I already told you about. I'm going to cook these a little bit first, and I'm only adding onions, no bell pepper or celery. I'm going to add garlic after this. So I'm going to make these onions release this in the pan. See, it comes right off. And I'm going to cook these down for quite a while. I want them to caramelize a little bit. And I'm also going to use a little beef stock and a little beef bouillon concentrate, and I mixed with 1 cup of water right here. But I like to use the combination. It gives more beef flavor. It's this. I'm sure you've seen it before, but I like to use that too. And this is also one of my favorites. See, it just, the onions just clean it right up. And I also want to show you that we chopped up 3 potatoes, about medium-sized red potatoes, and 3 small carrots. But that's going to go in our stew as well. So let me cook these onions down, and then we'll go to the next step. I want to bring you back and show you the onions. They're getting pretty dark, and you can kind of smell them when they start to caramelize. And that's what I'm going for here, because it makes it have a lot more flavor. And at this point, you could also add some flour if you wanted to make a little roux. But I think I'm going to thicken it at the end instead, if I want to thicken it with maybe cornstarch. But I think this is probably caramelized enough, so I'm going to go ahead and add my 4 cloves of garlic. We like a lot of garlic. And I'm going to cook that for just a couple of minutes because I don't want to burn it. And you also don't want to burn your onions. So once this cooks for a couple of minutes, we'll probably add some beef stock, and we'll add the meat back, and I'll show you what it looks like. Garlic's cooked enough, and I'm getting little black spots, and I don't want to burn it, so I'm going to go ahead and pour this and stir as I pour, and scrape the bottom of the pan. You definitely want to scrape the bottom of the pan. And it already smells really, really good. So that's not going to be enough liquid. So you could make more beef bouillon if you want, or you can just add some beef stock, salted, unsalted, whatever you want to add. But I want quite a bit of liquid because I'm going to cook the potatoes and carrots in here. And you can always add more if you need it. So I'm going to go with that, and let's see where we are. So I'm going to add my vegetables. And I'll probably cook this on medium so I don't burn everything. And then I'm gonna add my meatballs. I can already see I need some more liquid. Whoops. Just grab it with my hands, it's faster. And that's the rest of this. And I probably will thicken this at the end. And I'm gonna season it after the potatoes and carrots cook. So I'm gonna put this on a medium flame, and I'm gonna put the lid on it with a little crack, like this. And I'll cook this for about 30 minutes, and then I'll bring it back. I had some dehydrated celery, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of that. Try to add some little pieces, probably like a tablespoon. That should have plenty of time to rehydrate, and that'll give a lot of good flavor too. I'm gonna come back and tell you that I'm gonna bring this up to a boil first, and then I'm gonna cut it down to medium. But see, I want to bring it up to a boil first. If you can see that, it's just now starting. So I'm gonna bring it up to a boil first, and then I'm gonna turn it down for about 30 minutes, and then I'll show you. I just wanted to check in. It's been about 15 minutes, and their potatoes are actually getting tender. The carrots, though, actually, yeah, the carrots need a little bit more time, but we're almost there. So we'll show you what it looks like in a few minutes. About 30 minutes, and the vegetables are tender, and I tasted it. I think I'm going to add just a little salt and pepper, and it has plenty of garlic. And I'm going to take, I probably fixed too much. I'm just going to take a tiny bit of a cornstarch slurry and thicken it just a little. And you don't have to do that. I prefer to do it at the end instead of cooking flour. See, that's the perfect thickness, so that I'm going to stop. So this is ready. So we're going to plate it up and do a taste test for you. Okay, we're going to do the taste test. I've cut a meatball open, and I just put some green onions on top. So I'm going to get, I tasted the meatballs, and they're not too dry. They're seasoned well. And a lot of people don't eat this with rice, but we just do. So I'm going to try to get a little bite of potato, a little rice, a little carrot, and a little meatball all in one bite. And it's kind of hot. But it's so delicious. And the meat's lean, even though I fried it in a little bit of oil. And the carrots are nice and tender. And the gravy has a lot of flavor. I think cooking the onions that way helps the gravy out tremendously. But I hope you give this a try. And thank you so much for watching, and Happy New Year.